"You've got to stop dropping in," I said to Kevin as we walked down the road to my cottage. "I called you 3 times. There was a ride, so I took it." He stopped me and faced me. "You want me to go?" No. I've been in a meeting with my lawyer and some strange people. I didn't mean to snap at you." He nodded and quietly opened the gate. Behind his smile, he looked tired, but he had shaved and put on an old sweater with some jeans. "Anything serious?" "I'm thinking about buying this place. We met with the family who owns it." "Well, that explains the map in the kitchen." "Yep," I said, unlocking the front door. "It's a big step for me." He followed me inside and said, "I've got something I want to tell you." He moved very close and bent down to kiss my cheek. In that moment, something unleashed the forces of nature, and I met his mouth with mine. It was a sweet, soft kiss, so gentle that our lips were almost apart, just brushing each other. I felt a flood of emotion spark my body as he ran his hands down my soft chamois sleeves. "You look so good to me," he whispered. I reached up to touch his face and kissed him hard, responding to his words in that sexy body language. He was breathing fast as I put my arms around his neck, and I could feel his heartbeat. He groaned softly as I slid my tongue into his mouth and pulled me closer. His hands caressed my back and down my hips, and he fell to his knees. He rubbed his face against my belly and unzipped my pants. The lacy bodysuit was wet from his tongue. I could hear the birds singing outside and the waves crashing below as he silently kissed between my legs, breathing hot against my skin. I pulled him up and put my hand against his jeans to see how hard he was, and he pushed me against the wall. Ever so slowly, he twisted the pink shell buttons and opened my shirt. When he kissed my breast through the lace, my head shot through the roof. He slipped the satin straps over my shoulders and wriggled out of my shirt. When I poked him with the toe of my cowboy boot, he laughed like a wild man and carried me into the bedroom. I wrapped my legs around him and pulled him onto the bed. The mouth that covered my nipples and licked my ribs was hot and hungry. His weight pinned my body down, and I was helpless to move. I had to surrender. The sensuality of that moment charted a bridge between us that exists in lovers during those first hours of sheer exhilaration, where time and space suspend, and all there is lies within you. I wanted him to hurry and get inside, to hold him tight, but he made me wait. He removed my boots one at a time and the little socks underneath. Then he stood up and unbuttoned his jeans. When they fell to the floor, I saw that he had no underwear. I reached out to touch him, but he slowly removed my soft chamois jeans and the little bodysuit. I pulled the band from my ponytail so I could wrap my long hair around him. He laid himself on top, and I felt the beginnings of an orgasm that couldn't wait. Before he could move, I screamed in the pulsing madness of yearning that cannot be quenched alone. He kissed me in a masterful torture and finally slid that glorious unit into my body, filled me up. There was at least an hour of orgasm repeating for both of us. I was ravenous, and he kept me on the edge of insanity until we finally stopped. When I opened my eyes, there were little stars floating in the room, and I thought I had fainted. He rolled over and nuzzled my breast with his nose. "Well," he said. "Well," I replied. We looked at each other and closed our eyes.